said he wanted to come stay, and then he didn't, and I just wanted to make sure everything was okay.
Huh? Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fowl Territory 322. I'm your host, Gizzard Gary, and it is Monday, August the 11th. So, good evening, everybody. First off, we already have a super chat here from J Delta 22 NC, $5 super chat. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So, that being said, let's see who we got out there this evening. We started off with Bama Dad. Roll Tide. We have Gun Hobo 62B, Alaska 1, Andy, Alex Parlin, Ron 2A Matters. And we have Scott Naring out there. And J Delta 22NC once again. Dale Pogue is in the audience. We have Toenail Clippings. All right. We also have Fluffy 10mm Jeep guy out there. We've got Smokin' Joe out there in the audience. And let's see. We got Unloaded Media out there and in here. We got Jacob S in the audience. Artec and Daughters is out there. And we've got somebody by the name of John Berger. I'm Batman is out there. I think I may know who that is. Not 100% sure, but I think so. Still going, and that appears to be everybody out there so far. So we've got some people entering the giveaway. You've seen the message out there that the giveaway has started. I almost said hashtag. It's not a hashtag. The code to enter the drawing is !FT322, just like the text says. And you can enter both on YouTube and on Twitch, because we are on 4 platforms tonight: YouTube, Facebook, X.com, and Twitch. So anyway, I know you're tired of seeing my face, and you're like, where's the rest of your panel? So let me bring them on the screen and introduce them to you this evening. And first of all, as long as he's still here, we'll let him get some words in real quick. Coming to us from the plains of West Virginia, the host of the Unloaded Media channel, Rich White.
Good luck finding a plane in this state.
The plane. All right. Well, thank you for being here. Let's go down to the second row, all the way to the Keystone State, where we have the photographer, the shooter, the cooker, and whatever else he does. Let's say hello to Guns and Barbecue.
Hola, buenos dias. Whatever else I can think of to say.
Okay.
Good evening.
Okay. All right. Thank you for being here. Last but not least, he comes to us from the Show Me State, the host of the Guns, Beer, and Therapy podcast himself. Hillbilly Up is with us tonight.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
All right. Glad to have you. And let's see, real quick out there in the chat, we've had some others jump in. And I'm scrolling down here because I'm a little bit behind in the chat. So we have Abigail Sorsha Finnegan is out there. Gerald Muir is in the audience. Abigail has been a channel member for 35 months. Thank you. Thank you. Seems like just yesterday you joined. All right. Okay, so what's going on in the world, guys?
The Air Force Airman thing back in July was homicide.
Do go on. Tell us about this.
Yeah, I don't remember the full.
If you're going to break a news story, give us all the information.
Well, basically, they arrested an airman for obstruction of justice, lying to investigators, and involuntary manslaughter.
Well, you're telling me that a P-320 is officially an airman?
Well, I guess the article said they arrested an unnamed airman. So
maybe the P320 was innocent this time.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It was a setup. How about
I think it's innocent, like all the times.
didn't say all the time? I just said
Yeah, well, the way
I
they
know the claim. My claim is all the times. I think that there is some sort of operator input
yeah,
of
it's
some
operator error.
sort.
Yeah, remember back in the day with Glocks, they were blaming a holster. And then once it came out that every one of those incidents with that holster was user error, that all went away. For some reason, with the P320, even though multiple times now it's been proven to be somewhat user error of some form or another, they still want to harp on the P320 as though it's the worst gun ever made.
well, Abigail says, how are you going to cuff a P320? That's true. It's kind of hard.
No. Every P320 comes with its own handcuff. Remember the orange or red colored cable lock? That's a handcuff for a
That's
handcuff.
not going to keep it from firing.
Well, the dangerous part is when they throw it in the back of the patrol car. They really need to be careful about doing that.
Yeah, I can't do that.
They really need to stop just throwing the suspects in the back of patrol cars like that. They could just go off uncommanded.
Say hello to Dwayne7834. And Abigail says, I still wouldn't want a gun with 1 millimeter of sear engagement.
To each their own. I don't care.
1 millimeter of sear engagement, though, like, has anybody ever actually taken I've actually done trigger jobs. Have you ever actually looked at how much surface area is touching on a sear?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a lot. It's very, very little.
Especially competition guns where these guys have gone out there and they've gone to the nth degree to try and get as fast of a trigger pull as they can.
Artak and Daughter says P365 has no issues. That's true, but we're not talking about the 365. Denny's plant-based journey is out there and says, howdy, folks. Scott Naring says, having turned weapons into an armory and being issued from an armory, the whole thing sounded really, really fishy to me.
Oh, yeah. It sounded fishy to me from the beginning with my education and everything. It's like, yeah, it seems odd. And, my military experience and everything. The way military holsters are set up, it'll be really hard for that gun to move by itself in the holster.
So Abigail says, I have. The 320 has less sear engagement than most of the other pistols I've worked on.
You're talking about something where you're going to have to measure it with micrometers.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah. And are you talking stock handguns or have you been working on competition handguns? There's a big difference between the two.
Now, Scott says, I mean, you clear the weapon before you hand it to the armory. They have a clearing barrel right outside of the armory for you to do that. So somebody was not following procedure.
Well, this supposedly was in their home.
Well, yeah, this wasn't in the armory or anything. This was at the airman's home by the account of the original story.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the other thing that had got me was the fact that they said it was a P320. Because, like, well, if that was his issue duty weapon, it shouldn't have been a P320.
Right, that would have been either an M17 or an M18.
Correct.
Abby said, stock handguns. I've been repairing people's carry guns. Denny says, I have a pistol with an upgraded trigger that I built for competition. Then COVID hit. That has a very light trigger, 2 pounds. Would never carry it, but with the springs and mods I made, super fast. Which is what a lot of people do with their 320s. I know this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We have Stephen Sheets out there in the audience. A blast from the past. He says, play ball.
He needs to do more karaoke videos.
He does. Jacob S. just threw out a member anniversary, 10 months for Jacob. Thank you. About that.
Then we can have Boomer Listens react to him.
And we
Oh,
did
yeah.
have JJ Rainey rejoined the membership a couple days ago.
That's what you should do with Boomer Listens, Gary. Go to all these channels that combine different songs together, or karaoke videos and all that kind of stuff, and review them.
I could just use it for a troll channel too, as far as that goes. It hasn't put out a video in 2 months. Probably won't. Vanessa Kitty's out there. She says, boomers aren't bad. I am one. You're absolutely right there. Abigail has a few ideas for boomer lessons. Why I ought to have some guest people come in and help me out. The bad thing is, it's so bad with the copyright claims anymore, though. You'll do a video, it immediately gets hit with a copyright claim.
Yeah.
You can appeal it. It takes 48 hours for the appeal to clear, and then the respondent has 30 days to either prove that you violated the copyright or it drops off entirely. So, yeah. And some studios are impossible to deal with.
Yeah. But what you're doing should fall underneath
It should.
DMCA's copyright clearance for
tell the professor of rock that.
Yeah, no. I know.
He's absolutely right about all the hell you have to go through for this, and
well, it's not just him.
Why it's no fun. Yeah, it's
Nerdrotic. He can't. There's certain even movie trailers that he won't show on his channel.
A lot of these guys are doing these reviews and having them sit for 30 days before they even put them live, just so they know they won't get taken off YouTube.
Yeah, Nerdrotic will look at movie trailers live on his channel during his Friday Night Tight show, or maybe one of his other lives that he does during the week. And anything from Warner Brothers, he will not play the audio, and it's only going to be basically a slideshow, because every time he does, he gets hit with a copyright claim on it.
And we got Vulcan Rumble is out there. All right. So, anything else in the news? I heard that there was some sort of explosion in Pennsylvania today. You Pennsylvania people. I have 2 of them on a panel here. So, tell us what happened.
No
Rich
idea.
Farted.
What?
Rich farted.
I don't think that's it.
No, that would have caused West Virginia to explode, not Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Depends on which way the wind's blowing.
No, it's Canada's fault. All the damn wildfires are causing explosions in Pennsylvania.
Probably is.
No, the only thing I've heard is, unfortunately, there was a explosion at Steel Mill in Clairton, which is just outside of Pittsburgh area. I actually believe when I had first started at Gypsum, I actually had gone there and picked up a couple of steel coils back in the day.
I used to go fishing down in that area.
So I've got an article on a screen from Fox Business News. It says at least 2 dead in Pennsylvania U.S. steel plant explosion, dozens injured. Blast at Clairton Coke Works near Pittsburgh prompts emergency response with multiple injuries reported. Okay, and it killed 2 people as rescuers raced to help dozens of people injured or trapped under the rubble on Monday. The blast happened at 2 of the coke oven batteries just before 11 a.m. at the Clairton Coke Works. Earlier in the day, there were 2 people believed to be unaccounted for because of possible entrapment, but officials said during a press conference on Monday afternoon that only 1 person remained unaccounted for. Allegheny County Emergency Services confirmed on Monday night that a 2nd person had died in connection with the explosion earlier in the day. The person who died, officials said, was the last of 2 individuals who were initially unaccounted for. Of the 10 people who were transported to area hospitals to be treated for injuries, 5 are in critical but stable condition, and 5 were treated and released. There were multiple individuals injured and treated on the scene. Officials added, though an exact number has not been provided. Okay, so that's a bad deal. That's a bad deal, and my thoughts and prayers are for the people in that area and the people who were anywhere near that. And sure sorry to hear that news for sure.
Most definitely. Especially, I mean, Rich, there's only, 2-3 steel mills still operating in the Pittsburgh area, including that one?
Yep. That one being the largest, if I remember correctly.
So that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Now, Vulcan Rumble says, I went to Eagle Show's gun show at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center at Oaks, PA on Friday from Cape Cod near Boston. I needed packable blanket, folding chair, water bladder, Bluetooth headphones. Okay.
Very nice.
Jono Clipping said, I had an explosion today, but I went to Taco Bell.
Very nice.
Dwayne7834 says, Powder Valley had a fire today and burned up their powder. Saw it on Facebook. Interesting.
It's no bueno.
Vulcan Rumble going on. Molly vest, eyeglass pouches, 9 bus trip, bus vibration. Terrible. Amtrak was smoothed back to New York City. Never seen more contorted sleepers before. Show was great. 3-day show. Okay, and then he said, I need a Molly vest for sitting in vehicles on long car trips. Vanessa Kitty has been pricing bus trips to Tucson and Fort Worth.
Oof.
Okay.
That's going to be rough to get a bus from.
Now, Vulcan Rumble says the coke plant explosion means trouble for shipbuilding.
Mm-hmm.
And 223 DMR is out there. And so if you're just coming on, and it should tell you out there in the chat, the giveaway is underway, and to enter you have to type !FT322. So Abby wants to know, was the Mentos plant next door? Wow.
The kind of Coke he's talking about, I don't think they make a diet.
Yeah, different kind of Coke, I think. Yeah. It's not the real thing, that's for sure. Let's see.
Looks like it snowed.
Denny said, massive amounts of scrap steel out here in the oil field. Most of it is cut up into small pieces, shipped to Houston, put on a ship to China, and is used for their manufacturing. Sad stuff. Okay, so there might be some other news that happened today. I read something on X today about the liberation of the Capitol. Anybody know anything about that?
Nope.
Just that the left is throwing one hell of a shit fit on X about it.
So tell us what happened and why it happened, Rich.
Well, Trump nationalized the D.C. police and sent the National Guard in because neither Congress nor the city council or mayor were doing their job.
And what was going on in D.C. that prompted this?
Surge in crime rate, going back to the Biden administration.
Well, what kind of surge in crime rates? And,
Same as what you've been seeing in like New York and L.A., but nobody wants to cover. Rise in theft, violent crimes have gone up. You name it.
And we can't be having order restored to Washington, D.C.
No, how dare they restore order?
Unless, of course, you're Democrats and you're having a State of the Union address and you want to, ramp up security around the White House. That's perfectly okay. But can't fight crime. No. It's people's right to commit crimes. Denny said, wow, I hadn't heard that, but saw a lot of the looting and violence over the weekend. Vulcan Rumble says the people in Philadelphia should appreciate the government they have compared to how badly the Massachusetts government
He
behaves.
has no idea how badly Philadelphia is administrated.
Abigail says the biggest criminals in D.C. wear suits. That's probably true. That's probably true. Okay, so Weston says, so why doesn't he send in the National Guard to all those other cities with horrible crime rates?
Well, because he
I don't
hasn't.
think, I don't think he has that. This power was granted to him under a 1973 act, I believe.
Well, if you go all the way back to the Constitution, D.C. is not a separate city or state. It's a federal area, district they call it. And it's District of Columbia. And ultimately, Congress is supposed to have final say on everything that happens, but they haven't been doing their job. Like I said, the D.C. police chief is next to useless. So is the mayor. So Trump enacted his authority to nationalize the D.C. Guard and sent them in.
Now, from my understanding, that Congress has 48 hours to review this decision.
Mm-hmm.
And they can either approve it or they can veto it, in which case Trump can try to override it. But it can only be done for 30 days, is my understanding, according to the act, the way it's written.
Something along those lines.
Don't quote me on this. I'm just remembering bits and pieces out of the article I read.
Yeah, under their authority, Congress can nationalize the D.C. police and take complete control over it at the drop of a hat because they get final say over everything that the D.C. mayor or city council says. If the D.C. city council or mayor does something that Congress doesn't like, they can say no, and it doesn't happen.
But of course, the left is up in arms about all this.
Oh yeah,
it's just horrible.
Like I was saying before we went live, if you want to piss off some liberals on X today, go on there and say Trump didn't federalize the city of Washington, D.C. The Constitution did. They get real mad about that one. Okay, especially if you point to them exactly where.
Let's take a look at an article here. This says, D.C. Police Union, yes, crime really is out of control. Okay. So while Washington, D.C. officials are pretending that the district is as safe as Mayberry was back when Andy Griffith was the town's top lawman, the head of the D.C. Police Union says he supports the move by Donald Trump to federalize the D.C. police force to address spiraling crime rates. D.C. Police Union President Greg Pemberton released a statement on Monday afternoon hailing the president's move while arguing that in order to truly deal with violent crime in the district, several structural reforms are necessary. And quoting here, the union agrees that crime is spiraling out of control and immediate action is necessary to restore public safety. However, we emphasize that federal intervention must be a temporary measure with the ultimate goal of empowering a fully staffed and supported MPD to protect our city effectively. To achieve this, misguided legislation passed by the D.C. City Council must be repealed, and we call on Congress and the White House to assist in overturning these detrimental laws. The union has long warned of the catastrophic consequences of chronic mismanagement, staffing shortages, and radical policies that have crippled the MPD. The president's recognition of this crisis validates our ongoing concerns. The current state of affairs, marked by violent crime surges, historic officer shortages, and eroded morale, requires urgent action. The temporary federal takeover is a necessary step to stabilize the situation, but it is not a long-term solution. The real path forward lies in addressing the root causes of the MPD's challenges, particularly the need for adequate staffing and the reversal of harmful legislation. Union Chairman Greg Pemberton stated, "We stand with the president in recognizing that Washington, D.C. cannot continue on this trajectory. Crime is out of control, and our officers are stretched beyond their limits. The federal intervention is a critical stopgap, but the MPD needs proper staffing and support to thrive. This can only happen by repealing the disastrous policies that have driven out our best officers and hindered recruitment." So, what about the claims by DC officials that violent crime has fallen dramatically since 2023? Well, it's worth noting that DC Police Union has also accused the MPD of cooking the books when it comes to crime stats, and a commander in the department is now reportedly under investigation for falsifying crime data. As NBC Washington reported last month, when our members respond to the scene of a felony offense when there is a victim reporting that a felony occurred, inevitably there will be a lieutenant or captain that will show up on that scene and direct those members to take a report for a lesser offense, Fraternal Police Chairman Greg Pemberton said. So instead of taking a report for a shooting or a stabbing or a carjacking, they will order that officer to take a report for a theft or an injured person to the hospital or a felony assault, which is not the same kind of classification. The police department's command staff is focusing on two categories in order to get the numbers to fall, Pemberton said: armed with a dangerous weapon and injured person to the hospital. When management officials are directing officers to take reports for felony assault, or if they're going back into police databases and changing offenses to felony assault is not a category of crime that's listed on the department's daily crime stats, Pemberton said. It's also not something that's a requirement of the FBI's Uniform Crime Reporting Program. So by changing criminal offenses from, for example, ADW bat or ADW gun to felony assault, that would avoid both the MPD and the FBI from reporting that as a Part 1 or felony offense. Interesting. Crime analyst Jeff Asher also says that DC's open data is likely overstating the degree of the city's decline in violent crime right now, though he didn't delve specifically into the union's allegations that reported crimes were being downgraded. Instead, he notes that Washington, D.C. publishes crime categories loosely based around the FBI's Uniform Crime Report Part 1 offenses, but they're not an exact match, which gives the district some wiggle room. I'm not going to read the rest of this article, folks, but I think you get the gist of what's going on here. They've reduced basically the size and the scope of the DC police based on crime statistics that they're basically cooking, or at least that's the allegations. So it sounds like to me that's why Trump has stepped in. Any comments on that? Is my panel still awake?
Yeah, I'm awake.
May have put everybody to sleep.
I'm here.
Yeah, one person anyway.
Say, okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say. I mean, you summed it up. It sounds like they're cooking the books. Of course, police union is going to be excited about the fact that, like, they were cutting back numbers of officers. Now, like, we get more officers again. Like, of course, they're going to be excited about that. Does less officers on the street necessarily correlate to the reason that they're having this influx of crime? Possibly. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the next 30 days if Congress doesn't veto this. So, yeah.
So I want to say hello to Ron Wayne out there, back from goals. I also see somebody else out here, C4 Defense. Sarge is out there in the audience. Hello, Sarge. Mr. Bob Dabalina is out there also.
And
also, Fiend Dog, who says, skewing data toward an agenda? That never happens. Oh, no.
And remember, Congress can turn around and make what Trump did permanent.
true. Sarge says it would be very easy for them to mislabel reports in UCR to shade the information the way they want, which sounds like to me that's what's been going on in the first.
Oh yeah, it's not like
Which
it's
is why, and that led to a reduction in the force on the DC police force, which is part of the problem, and I think that's why.
Yeah, and
what
don't
happened
forget,
today happened.
also, the city council and mayor of DC were one of those leftist groups that was in government telling people, specifically police and other law enforcement in the city, not to enforce crime.
So I want to say Sarge is celebrating 40 months of membership. That's a long time. Thank you, Sarge. Appreciate it. Certainly.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sorry. But look at this.
Whoa.
Glimtech Arms is in the audience.
What?
Wow, dude.
Wow, man, where you been?
Do you remember that name? Wow. Good to see you, Glimtech. Wow.
Holy cow.
Ron Wayne says, watching Giz's rug in his hallway go haunted. Oh, yeah, it's being blown by a fan back there. Agorizer's out there saying, yo, yo, yo. Wow. We got a lot of action out there in the chat tonight. Old friends popping in. People jumping in and everything else.
Ron, you need to take that rug as a influence on something you can do with a rocking chair, particularly a little rocking chair.
Rocking chair?
It would be glorious.
Glorious. So I, Gizzard Gary, had the pleasure of having dinner last night with the one and only G Webbs, who came on his way home. He came all the way down to my county, and we had dinner together and visited for a couple hours last night. So it was good to see G Webbs.
That's awesome.
And I believe he went up to Nebraska today to go see DJ Play Nice. So, okay, let's get caught up in the chat. Glimtech says, did something stupid and went back to law enforcement. Hopefully not in D.C.
They're hired.
Sarge says, pure laziness also causes people to mislabel reports because it's easier to get them to validate. That would piss me off to no end when people would enter them wrong because it was easier. Yeah, God forbid people actually do things right. Vulcan Rumble says, Glimtech, did you forget your password? Wow. It's good to see Glimtech out there. He used to be a regular on this show back in the day. Heck yeah. It was one of the OG. Even C4 Defense says, well, it's Glimtech Arms. Oh my God. The gun snob, that got snob in here. Looky there. Holy shit, Glim is alive. Yes, he is. Also, PlaneNet 767 is out there. Denny says, back internet shut down, finally got it restarted. So, got 33 people, according to Streamlabs, out there. I want to remind everybody that this show and our giveaway is sponsored by the good folks at Aegis Gun Care. Yeah, the people on my hat right here. They provide us with prizes and everything else. So shout out to the good folks at Aegis, and they were at Goals. I did not get a chance to go, but Ron Wayne said he got to visit with Aegis, and they treated him very well there. So very good. Thanks to them for doing that. And let's see, we got some other stuff out there. Agorizer says, I saw G Webb's off from Goals, told him to say, hey, yeah. He did. Glimtech says, I remember episode 100. Yeah. C4 says, is Streamlabs like StreamYard? It's similar. It's got its pluses and minuses, but it's half the price. StreamYard's got to be too expensive for me to maintain because I finally had to start paying the current rate on that, and it's like I'm not paying that kind of money. Speaking of royalty, out there in the chat, Gunpowder Beauty. Wow, all the old friends are coming back. I tell you what, Glimtech's here, Gunpowder's here. We just
Did he
need
just
that.
call her royalty?
Yeah,
Yes.
she's a royal pain in the ass. Oh, not really. Not really. I like Jesse. Love you, Jesse. Anyway,
He's got chicken herpes. Look out.
we just need Ellis, Outlaw Hatfield, to come in here.
He's been active on Facebook. Huh?
He has.
I know. We need to get him back on YouTube. We need to get Midnight Range TM.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Midnight Range TM. I am talking to you.
Yeah, we know
Get
you're
your ass
lurking.
back in here right now.
Yeah. Listen to your elder.
Clint Tech Orm says, wow, look what I started.
22 long rifle, 22 long rifle, 22 long rifle.
Smoking Joe says, what do we put in for the giveaway? The same thing. It's typed out there about every 10. Oh, my God. He is out there. Look at this, folks. Midnight Range TM was out there talking to who? He says, I'm talking to you, bitch.
Could be on the panel.
He could be.
Could be.
Excuse my language, but I said that purely out of love. Talking to who, he says. Abigail says, remember, guns don't kill people. The government does. That's absolutely true. C4 says, send Midnight a direct text invite and demand his presence. I can do that. If I remember how. Let's see. Do I have his number in here? Where is he? I remember who he is. There he is. Watch this shit. See if it works. Can't hurt. Let's put it that way. So, I know it's not time for this, but we got some Gorn.
What?
Got some Gorn real quick. And it came from the Gun Snob, so I'll go ahead and share it. Yeah, that kind of Gorn. Real Gorn. It's not him naked or anything like that, so you don't have to take the kids out of the room or anything.
We're going to get to see some pink panty sniffing. I like it.
Actually, he has got an upgrade, looks like, to his shop. Look at this. He's got a TV in his shop, and he has the YouTube's playing Fowl Territory right there on the big screen. How about that? Wow.
Oh, my God. You know how to break that TV? You play that clip of him when he's like, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and it just zooms in on him.
I don't have it loaded on here, unfortunately.
I think we need to get together and get Snob a square looking at that opening there, that angle. Below that TV.
Yeah, it don't look like that's a 90 on there, does it?
No.
He may not have plumbed that up real good.
You can just eyeball it, that's good enough.
Not sure what I'm looking at there. Okay. Anyway, 2 Live Moo. Speaking of blasts from the past, 2 Live Moo is out there also. Man, we're getting all the old gang in here. We got Midnight Range TM. We got 2 Live Moo. We got Glimtech Arms, Sarge, and Snob. Oh my gosh! Wow, it's It's old home week here at Fowl Territory. I tell you what.
Now you need pacifist and single shot.
It's like going to a high school reunion.
Fiend Dog says, "Where's Black Cat Outdoors?" Yeah, you got a point. We do need Black Cat Outdoors.
Sleeping, slacker.
We had gunpowder in here. We got close. Now if we get Black Cat and Ellis,
Got close.
then we could really go.
I'm gonna be
downhill
nice.
with
I
this,
am gonna
too.
be nice. Gunpowder, you can just thank me now for being nice.
Weston says, "Is that a $200 plasma TV?" Yeah, it probably is. And Sarge says, "Watch it, Weston. That $200 plasma TV is hooked directly to his 10-foot mesh satellite dish." I remember those. Mr. Bob says, "This is amazing. I feel like I should go put on some really old underwear." Wow. Abigail says, "At this very moment, the big tech companies are feeding our information into AI. They're making Skynet." Oh, okay. What a pleasant thought. The Gun Snob says, "That's an antique from 2011. Wow.
Oh,
You couldn't afford to buy a new TV for your shop? Come on, man. Probably get one off Vine."
you probably could. There's some out there that don't cost a whole hell of a lot.
I figured he probably did an Amazon review on it.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. He's reviewed everything else.
Yeah.
But, wow. I sent Midnight Range a link, but he didn't jump in. Oh, well. What do you want? He's got 3 links. So.
Well, you know what, Gary? I just thought of something. The last time that we did get to talk to him, at this time, he was still working. He might be working still.
Well, there's no
Giving him the
excuse for
benefit of the
working.
doubt.
I used to work too. I took care of that stuff. You know how I did that?
Yeah, midnight retire. Come on.
That's right.
Be like 2 Life Moo. Work your life away.
So Snob also sent this picture in. It's looks like the dog is driving his truck, man. Looks like it could stand a little detailing, I think.
Dog have a nose hanging out of his mouth?
I think that's camouflage seat cover.
It must be his work. That's his work truck, I think.
Yeah. That's the side by side.
Oh, yeah. Still, they've got this stuff you can clean them up with, I hear.
Mm-hmm.
And so you see the tail end of that's my SXS. He's a side by side. Okay, yeah. Sarge says he probably took it out of one of the houses on the lot. Vulcan Rumble says, "No, that's a $100 LCD TV because it still works." That's probably true too. So I want to, real quick, I want to remind everybody, speaking of G-Webs, I want to remind everybody that Gear Websites is your source for every second matters. Gun channels, gear, ammo ID, and more. They have patches, stickers, and other items, and every Friday is Free Patch Friday. So buy cool stuff at where? GearWebsites.com, of course.
GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com.
That's right.
Did I talk over the video? I'm sorry if I talked over the video. I didn't realize you were playing anything.
I didn't hear you.
Okay, good.
You should automatically muted everybody anyway.
Yep.
Talking about plasma TVs, I have a friend that has a summer house down here, and on one wall, he's got like deer mounts, and stuff like that, and some turkey mounts and stuff, and he's got this TV that's on it, like it's turned long ways, like portrait, like your phone, or whatever. And so when I seen that, I'm like, "Why's your TV like that?" And he goes, "That's an old like $4,000 plasma TV He said it quit working. He goes, I just put it up there as a trophy with the rest of my stuff.
All right. Well, I believe a lot of things, but I believe
Yo, believo.
it's time for a song.
Lizard Larry's got something for you, Lizard Larry. Gonna give it to you, Lizard Larry. Gonna give it to you. Large prostate won't slow him down, chasing grandmas all over town. Got a sidekick named George the Cat. Lizard Larry's got something for you, Lizard Larry. Gonna give it to you, Lizard Larry. Gonna give it to you.
All right. So it is time for the Fowl Territory giveaway. So before we have this giveaway, what? Okay.
Love that song.
So let's see what we have to give away to the folks tonight. We're going to start with, of course, the Fowl Territory channel sticker, roughly the size of my head, if not a bit larger. All right. And, of course, the Fowl Territory thumbnail sticker. And then we have this sticker from Live Free Armory, which, of course, is well known to be true American manufacturing. I'm thinking I'm missing a sticker here somewhere. Hold on. Going back through my stuff. There we go. My stickers are out of order. My apologies. Okay. Sticker here from the good folks at Excess Sights. They have, as always, the fastest sights in any light. They are super fast. $99 super chat or super sticker from C4 Defense. Thank you very much. Smiling face with sunglasses. All right. So I'm behind a couple on these, so let's just give a couple blasts from the air horn and a round of applause for that out there. $99.99. If I said $99, I'm hyping it up a lot more.
Yeah, you said dollar.
Oh, well, maybe it's wishful thinking. I don't know.
Right?
I'm glad everybody's
That's
out
remarkable.
there too. Everybody's out there to, keep me
So,
straight.
folks, who can beat that?
So from DM Fonts, we have the Haterade Thirst Destroyer. We also have the Armed Papa Smurf sticker. We have the Hell No Kitty sticker. And the fairly new Sarge and In Charge sticker.
What? Amazing.
Sarge and In Charge. That's correct. C4 Defense says I panicked when he said $99. Misty Mrs. Wayne is out there also. Or let me say it a little better. Misty Mrs. Wayne is out there. So a sticker from the NRA in Houston a couple of years ago, courtesy of Palmetto State Armory. Next year, that'll be accurate again. So if you keep them long enough, they repeat themselves. Got a sticker here, and it says from Grunt Style, this will defend. And we have a sticker here from, speaking of Ron Wayne's channel sticker. I think Sarge just realized he's been made a member or been made a subject of a sticker. It's been around for 3 or 4 weeks now. You just haven't seen it. And we got this sticker here from Stroop Knives. Sarge wants to see a sticker again. Okay. It says Sarge and In Charge.
Wonder if he can guess who made it.
Oh, I think he knows who made From what I hear, there may be yet another one coming. Calamity Jean is in the audience. Says, howdy, everyone. There's still time to enter the giveaway. Exclamation point FT322. Okay, one more sticker out there, and that is from Civivi. It's a knife sticker. And then we have a patch from the 2024 NRA. I think this is the last one of these I have, courtesy of Palmetto State Armory. So get them while you can. Get them while you can. We have this patch from Phone Scope.
Oh, Calamity's out there. Somebody needs to do a super chat.
And a brand new patch just came from Goals. This is courtesy of Gun Websites. From Goat Guns, the greatest of all time gun models. It's a brand new design patch. Somebody's getting one. How about that, boys and girls? Sarge says, well, you could send me one. Sure hope I win tonight. I could send you one anyway. I got a whole bunch of them here. Okay, we have the Gizzard Gary channel pin. You can stick it on your hat. You can stick it on your jean jacket. Don't stick it on your cat. That would be just mean and inhumane. And in case the next time you entertain, you have people that are going to sit their cold drinks on your furniture, you don't want them to ruin your furniture. So this is a full set of coasters. And of course, the proper number for a full set of coasters is 7 coasters. These are courtesy of EAA. That's right. The European American Armory. Full set, haven't even been used at a party, so you're going to break these in yourself. Gunpowder says, got to walk away from the phone and wrestle a moose to get back in pajamas. Hopefully it's Moose you're getting back in the pajamas and not you, but I won't go there. Don't forget the winner of this drawing is going to receive the Aegis sample trifecta from the good folks at Aegis Gun Care. That's right. These folks right here. It's also on a hat. They provide prizes every week to Fowl Territory, and we appreciate Rod and Shelley at Aegis Gun Care. So, all right. So, see how many people we got entered in the giveaway. 31. Wow. Let me bring the rest of my panel back on here so they can help celebrate this with me. And Gunpowder says, excuse me, I got my big real business on today. Thank you very much. Picture it didn't happen. That's all I got. Anyway, let's go ahead. You think it's time to close entries on the giveaway, folks?
Probably more people that entered will have less chance I haven't won.
We get 32.
I'd say give him another minute.
Oh my gosh, Midnight Range is out there, and he said, "Oh, he's saying something to Gunpowder." What did he say? Sorry, did Gunpowder Beauty say she was going to wrestle her moose into pajamas? Was it the knuckle that was hard to get back in PJs?
Oh.
Wow. Wow. We know for a fact that's a real Midnight Range out there.
Yeah, and somebody probably may have just made the list.
So, Hillbilly, give me the command to pick a winner.
All right, buddy. 3, 2, 1.
And it looks like Alaska 1 Andy is the winner of tonight's Fowl Territory prize giveaway. So Alaska 1 Andy, are you out there? Are you in the chat? Alaska 1 Andy. Give you a minute or so.
Andy.
Come on, Andy. You do have to be present to win. He was out there earlier. Alaska 1 Andy. Sarge says, great. Now I'll never get a Sarge sticker.
There he is.
There he is. And he says, awesome. Please send it to Vanessa. Okay.
That's nice. Awesome.
We can do that. So that means, Vanessa, I'm going to need you to send an email to me at winter@gizzardgary.com with your name and mailing address, and I will get that stuff sent to you. Very cool. I don't think, has Vanessa ever won anything from me? I don't think so.
I don't know.
All right. Well, very, 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 very cool. All right. So let's go ahead and complete that. And then we can go on with the shoe because it is time. I need to change a few things here. A few things. Let's get that off here. We're going to put that graphic up because it is time for your second favorite part of the show. Or it might be your least favorite. I don't know. It's time for Show Us Your Gorn. So I need you to send your Gorn entries to gorn@gizzardgary.com. And please remember to include your channel name in the email so I'll know who sent it. We've already had some Gorn already sent in today. So, what in the world are we looking at? I'm going to have to go back. We got... Oh. Okay, hold on. We got this, which was sent by Sarge. I think this is probably in reference to the giveaway segment earlier. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. It's a lizard. Or gecko, or whatever the heck that is. Kind of an interesting looking thing, isn't it? Well, I got a talkative panel tonight, that's for sure. Okay.
Lizard.
What?
I said, yeah, it's a lizard.
Mm-hmm. Jacob says that's a skink.
Yeah, if you want to be more technical. You still
I don't know
watch
the
those.
difference.
Used to watch those chase giant cockroaches.
We don't have such things where I live, so. Gunsnob says, is his name Larry? Could very well be. Could very well be.
Yeah, but if you ever go to Disney World, those skinks are entertainment. When you're waiting in line, you get to watch them chase giant cockroaches.
Wow.
Yeah.
So check this out. This is something you haven't seen in a while. Tell me if you know what this is. You
Black
ready?
cat stack.
Oh, a hubcap.
Hubcap off of what?
Etzel.
That's right. You don't see too many of those now.
No, you don't.
Hell, you don't see regular hubcaps too often anymore.
Okay, so. Oh my gosh, we got some older stuff. Let's take a look at this first. We got a few Gorns out here to take a look at. So you got nothing better to do. Let's Gorn it for a while. How about another hubcap for you? This is a little newer.
Super Sport and Pala.
Mm-hmm. Gun Snob says, skank. I used to chase those in high school. That's not exactly the same thing, no. It's similar, though. Okay, so. Okay, and Snob also sends this. It takes forever to share a screen in this thing. Got to click about 19 different things. So there's where the hubcaps are. Look at that setup. Isn't that special?
Nice.
That is nice. Looks like you got a snake on the ground down there.
That black snake.
Yeah,
He needs to wallpaper that in the Gizzard Gary background so it blends in.
I know.
You need to draw the lines around your tools, buddy, so you know where they go on the wall.
Then it wouldn't be fun trying to find stuff.
Mhm.
Okay, and
You don't
then
like playing hide and seek with your tools?
and this is obviously from a while back, but we have some pizza gorn here, believe it or not. See if you can identify these goomers.
Oh, yeah.
That's a crazy bunch. I have been in that place a few times. That's for sure. Good pizza.
Eat pizza.
Get to eat a lot of it there. That's for sure. All right. And that's just what's coming in over text. I haven't even got to the email yet. Let's see if we got anything there. And it appears we may very well be. Okay, we got this. This is from Fiend Dog. And he says, I know it's just a Glock 19, but it looks pretty snazzy.
That does look cool.
That is a nice looking one. Okay, let's see what else we got out here. Okay, so we got that. Oh, we got this from a feller called Hillbilly Up, and he's got more than one here. Wonder what he's got to show us. Maybe he'll tell us about it when we put it on the screen. Possibly.
Nothing fancy.
All right.
That's Ames Smith & Wesson hammerless.
That's an
38.
airweight, right? Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
airweight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
642.
Okay. Almost bought one of those if I could have found it.
Did buy Amy one and she sold it. Not the same Amy.
He's got more than one picture in here, so this will be Hillbilly number 2. So I've been in trouble for not showing all the pictures before, so we got to show all the pictures.
You're fine.
Here's the second one.
Yeah, that's just dagger, full size, and I carry that a lot. I like it.
As long as it goes boom when you pull the trigger and not when
Yeah.
you don't. That's important nowadays. Oh, he's got several. Oh, this next one is a little different, though. Okay.
Sarge with the dad jokes out there in the chat.
Well, he is a dad. He can do that. All right. So now we got some pocket knife action here.
Yeah, we got multicolored skinny knife and then my grandpa's old timer jackknife. Well, I've been carrying daily.
That's some cutting edge technology there.
Yeah. Man, the way that that anchor or that bandana is I kind of look Asian. It's got a crinkle in that.
Are you saying you're turning Japanese?
Yes. Which we did have Chinese food the other night, so
Well, there's a difference between Chinese and Japanese. Okay, number 4.
okay, yeah, that's the Masterpiece Arms Defender. A relic, but like you're not gonna do any sharpshooting with that thing for sure.
Really?
No, not at all.
Okay, and the last one of the bunch here. Okay, and show on stream. Here we go.
Yeah, that's the Bear Creek Grizzly. I'm actually carrying it way more than I am anything else now. I'm really, really liking it.
All right.
Now, I got a question.
Yeah.
With the Masterpiece Arms, have you considered not 80s hip firing it like the action movies for accuracy?
Okay, can you say that again? With not what kind of firing?
For the Masterpiece Arms, have you tried not just 80s hip firing? Because you get one of those, you got to be like the movies, right? And hip fire. Have you tried actually?
Oh, hip fire. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so this is from Mr. Bob Dubalina. It says, "You will live to see man-made horrors beyond your comprehension." Tesla. And then look at the picture. Yep.
I like that it's got a piece of bar through the trigger guards.
Just to hold them things steady, probably, to keep them together. Yeah. It's an interesting contraption there.
One trigger pull, all 3 triggers.
Well, if you had 320s there, you wouldn't even have to pull the trigger. See what I did there? That was
No,
right.
you would have hammers that drop.
That's true. All right. And from Ron Wayne, my EDC, he says. So let's show it real quick.
Nice.
Looks like a Glock 30.
It's like it comes with a foot on top of it.
It's got a foot on top of it. Yeah, it does.
What's sticking on it?
I think he gave it the boot. I'm not sure.
Give it the boot and showed it the door.
Give it the boot. Okay. And then this one is from Smoking Joe. First time he's ever sent Gorn into us. So let's take a look at this. Another Glock. I think the Glocks have it this evening, looks like to me. Okay, so we do have a couple things that came in the text chat. So we've got another hubcap to look at here, folks.
Ron says Minnie was acting silly with the foot on the gun.
Here's your good hubcap.
Yeah, that's a little more high dollar than the other ones.
Uh-huh.
Man, I like that old temperature gauge though.
Well, I do too, and that Sinclair sign down there.
Yeah.
That's starting to look pretty cool out there. Making a cool shop out there with all those artifacts and everything. All right. Now I think. What in the world are we doing here?
Justin says the P320 has shake awake features.
Yeah, I can't show that. It won't work if I show that on the screen. Justin Grimm's out there, by the way. Wow, we got quite
Is that one of those after chat pictures?
not that so much. It's an animated GIF, and it doesn't work right when you try to put it on a screen. It doesn't show the animation, so it wouldn't be as cool for people to look at because they wouldn't understand why it was cool. It's just a little inappropriate, but it wouldn't have been bad enough for me to not put it on the screen. But it was funny. I thought it was funny. So anyway, that's all I've got for Gorn so far. So one of you guys are going to have to sing now, I guess. Scott Naring says the 320 thing has got me wanting to go back to hammer fired.
No, 320 thing has me wanting to buy a 320.
How much you get for one?
How much would I give for one? You want to sell yours?
Depends on what you're paying for it.
Give you a Klondike bar.
Everything has a price.
Hey, I got Klondike bars and Snickers ice cream bars in the fridge.
Of course, remember you'd have to pay
Like
shipping
freezer.
costs, and it'd have to go through an FFL and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Okay, 2 Snickers ice cream bars.
I'm gonna wait till they go really cheap on, people get rid of them. Then I'm gonna buy like 4 or 5 and put around the outskirts of my property line. That way, if anybody tries to, trespass or whatever, they'll just shoot them by themselves. You don't even have to be there. You can just strap it to a fence post.
C4 Defense says the P320 has the fastest trigger in any light. You don't even have to get it out of the holster for it to go off. Well done. Well played. Yes. C4's talking about Ron Wayne's picture. That's an odd looking optic on the G30. Misty says, if you're not taking that thing back out where it belongs, Ron, somebody's in trouble.
Why couldn't Jerry Mitchell get sponsored by Sig Sauer? Because they made the P320.
Really, Justin Grimm, you want me to put that on the screen? Really? Yeah,
Some of this stuff.
I don't know. There might be a language issue with that. I'm going to opt on a safe side, and I'm going to make that an after chat one. Yeah, after chat. Yep. So, yeah, definitely. So, Justin Grimm says, when things go bump in the night, you hope it's not your 320. That's true. Well, if mine goes off in the night, then it's loaded itself too on top of everything else. It's in a case with a bunch of empty mags in the case. There's no ammo anywhere near it. So it went and got ammo out of a box and loaded itself. So I don't think that's happened. So let's see. It's about 15 minutes. Let's see. Should we do some questions like Hillbilly does? Let's do some questions for the panel. Real quick before we do that. We could probably do that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So, let's see if I can get it sized about right. Okay. So, firearms community. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. SIG P320. Too soon? I don't know. I thought it was funny. I'll allow it.
It is funny.
I'll allow it. So let's go through the panel real quick. Tell us, since it's this time of year, tell us your favorite ice cream flavor and why. Unloaded media. Let's go.
Oh, Lord. Uh, hmm.
You don't have to do any research for this. It's just purely
No,
your
I gotta
opinion.
think. So many good flavors anymore.
While you're
Maybe
waiting on that,
banana.
I'm going to go ahead and show another piece of corn that just came in.
I'm gonna go with Neapolitan banana split. If you've never had that, it's good.
I never have. That's for sure.
Sounds like you made it up.
I think
No,
you did. Okay.
either Turkey Hill or Blue Bunny that makes it.
This corn says, drop your gun, unless it's a P320.
Didn't somebody send that last week?
I don't think so.
I thought we saw that one before.
Real quick, we do have another piece of corn out here. This is from Ron Wayne. Let's show it real quick, and then I will go ahead and ask the rest of you guys. You can tell us your favorite ice cream flavor. Okay, this is from Ron Wayne, and he says, Stray Goals Dogs.
Mm,
I saw that dog last night, as a matter of fact.
It looks familiar.
I saw two dogs in a particular white van not far from me.
Did it say free candy on the side of that van?
First time I know of the G-Webs has been to my home county. I felt honored.
That's really awesome.
All right.
Does
So,
the other dog get jealous of that little one because the little one gets to go everywhere?
guess so. So, Guns and Barbecue, favorite ice cream flavor?
Won't lie, I'm kind of torn between two of them. I'm going to give the first one just to make people cringe, and that's vanilla. Just plain Jane vanilla. One, because chocolate sucks. Two, vanilla, you can put it with just about anything or add anything to it, and it's friggin' incredible. It's like the bacon of ice cream. But if vanilla is not an acceptable answer, I reckon I'll have to go with, we have this local place called Casey's Ice Cream where they make their own ice creams, and they got this flavor that's called white chocolate fudge brownie. It's pretty friggin' awesome.
Okay. So, Hillbilly, favorite ice cream flavor?
Well, mine's actually vanilla, but if it's like, especially at the DQ or whatever, they can dip it in that chocolate shell that turns hard. That's my favorite. And then, can I say a couple runner-ups?
Sure, might as
That'd
well.
be orange sherbet and mint chocolate chip.
Orange sherbet, technically not ice cream.
Yeah, that's why I was
Orange
running
sherbet and ice cream and ice cream. But well, allow it for the sake of this. Are you? Dale Pogue says black licorice. I didn't even know they had ice cream in that.
Oh my goodness.
Fiend Dog says tea-berry ice cream. Anybody remember tea-berry? Wow. So Bama Dad says Rocky Road. And I don't know. I really haven't found too many ice creams I don't like, to tell you the truth. I pretty much like them all. Although if you get a good, now not just plain ordinary vanilla, but a good vanilla bean, that's hard to beat sometimes. Mr. Bob says Snickers ice cream, either the bars or a tub of it. I've had the bars; those are good.
Mm-hmm.
This Tracks is really good too. You can't beat a drumstick. Remember the drumsticks you used to get in the convenience stores and stuff like that? Oh boy.
You still get those.
Oh yeah. We have a vote out there for bourbon ice cream. Wow. Never had bourbon ice cream.
You never had
Smoking
bourbon?
Joe says Moose Tracks. That's good. Yes.
I think we did the poll on my members deal. Was it? I think Bunny Tracks won.
Bunny tracks is the same thing as moose tracks, but the bunny tracks.
Well, that was brought up that night, and a lot of them said it wasn't. So I don't know. I've never had bunny tracks. So
Yeah.
Ron 2A Matter says blackberry cobbler ice
oh
cream.
yeah.
Wow. Never had that either. Glimtech says butter pecan. That's actually one of my very favorites. Misty says, I actually have to agree with barbecue. I'll bet that hurt. Vanilla is the best because you can add whatever you want and make your own different flavor every time. That's also true. Mr. Bob says, coffee, 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 buzz, buzz, buzz from Ben and Jerry's. Boy, it took forever to say that. Bama Dad says, but my all-time favorite is cold. Scott Naring says, but nothing was splendid. All right. Fair
Ron,
enough.
at the Superman ice cream, yeah, you don't see those anymore very often. They used to see them a lot when they used to have the ice cream trucks going everywhere.
All right. So let's go ahead and transition. Now, the word transition doesn't mean what it used to. But we're going to transition to the last segment of this program, and that is, what did you learn? And in this segment, I'm going to ask each of my panelists what they learned during tonight's episode, and then I'm going to give them a chance to plug whatever they want to plug, hopefully on their channels. Real quick, Fiend Dog says the WWF ice cream bars.
Okay, so what I just learned, Fiend Dog actually believes everything that CM Punk says.
Fiend, let's say those ice cream bars were friggin' awesome.
Mr. Bob says Heath bars rocked. Another one of my favorites. Absolutely. So, that being the case. So, Rich White, what did you learn?
Now, you mean I kind of come up with another one too?
Yes, you do.
That, well, we already knew this, but it was confirmed tonight that a certain chef is always lurking out in the chat.
He was out there.
Mm.
That's the second time in 2 weeks I've called somebody out in the chat and they showed up. I must have a sixth sense, or maybe that's the only sense I have anymore, is to know who's out there lurking. But it was good to see all the people who came back tonight, all the old gang came back and say hi. That was wonderful. Vulcan Rumble says, sent ice cream Gorn. Have not received it yet. What have you got to promote, Rich?
Well, hopefully this week Unloaded coming up on Sunday. I'm going to be having my eye procedure on Thursday, so I don't know if there's going to be one. It depends on how my vision is and how my eyes are, my left eye is feeling and whatnot. Because I know the last time when I had the right one done, it took a week or so before my eyes adjusted to the difference in vision. So can't make any promises on whether there will be this week on week next week or not. So if there is, keep an eye out for that. It'll be Sunday at 9 p.m. on the Unloaded Media channel on YouTube, Rumble, X.
So start looking on YouTube Sunday nights, and sometimes you'll see a live stream. If you see one, Rich is going live that night. That's basically what you're saying.
Well, last night I just felt so shitty. I had no sleep, and I remember I went to the doctor today, and upper and lower respiratory infections.
Well, hope you get better. Hope you get better soon. Anyway, thank you for being here. Let's go ahead and go on to Guns and Barbecue. What did you learn?
I can't do this segment. I take cheap shots at people, and then I lose subscribers and make people upset. I don't have anything coming up either. Thank you for the
take a
invite, though,
shot at
Gary.
me. You won't upset anybody if you take a shot at me.
Oh, I'd upset myself. Then I have to unsubscribe my own channel.
Oh,
I don't know how that works.
That'd be bad.
I thought you enjoyed taking shots at me.
But yeah, I got nothing.
You got any live streams coming up this week? You've been.
I might do one. I might do one Thursday and say I've got an idea. I've actually got an idea for a really good bracket. I think I was thinking about doing a bracket where it's just going to be 8 songs, but it's going to be a 16 position bracket, and it's going to have the original version of the song and a remake of the song. Both songs will be very popular, both versions would be very popular. And then we'll see what ends up winning the bracket. And then after that bracket finishes out, we'll go back through the panel and say, hey, if you've heard both of these songs, do you prefer the one that just won, or do you prefer the original?
Or if you don't like either one,
Or,
you have to
which
do a karaoke version right then and there.
Oh, we'll have to get Snob on.
I know, right? Send
You
him
could
a
have
link.
everybody on the panel sing it too. That'd be fun.
There we go.
There you go. Might get in trouble for that, but anyway.
But yeah, I thought that might be a neat bracket doing that. Do like have Bad Company, and obviously Bad Company's doing that one, and the version done by Five Finger Death Punch. Then there's a version of Turn the Page by Metallica, and obviously Bob Seger's. Things like that.
Metallica is superior, by the way. I've already got my opinion on that. I'm familiar with both.
That's such a tough one. They did a great job, but it's so hard to go against Bob Seger's too. Man, we'll have to hash that out on Thursday if I do the show. Yeah,
it'll be worth being there. Okay, very good. Well, thank you for being here. Last but not least, Scott Naring says, keep an eye out. I will be starting a channel around the first of the year. Awesome. Okay, Hillbilly, what did you learn this evening?
I learned that most everybody has a favorite ice cream.
I think, yeah. You're not going to find too many people say, I don't like ice cream. There's people who will tell you they can't have it and, and stuff like that, but they still like it. And they'll still sneak a bite every once in a while. So,
and that's because ice cream is awesome.
As just to, I'm going to paraphrase a Sarge quote here. Ice cream was purposefully designed to be delicious. So, all right. So, what have you got coming up now, Hillbilly?
I've got a couple of videos coming out this week, and then Saturday night we got Guns, Beer, and Therapy, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern, and then we got my members show tomorrow night. But anyway, thanks for having me on, Gary. Appreciate it. Always fun.
You bet. Thanks for being here. William Hall just joined us. There ain't too many people out there. Gun Snob says good night. A lot of people have left. But anyway, for everybody who's still here, thanks for watching. If you watched on YouTube, Facebook, X, or Twitch, or if you're watching in a replay, thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody who was in here commenting. We had good participation tonight. Thanks to all my panelists for their help with the show, and a special thanks to all of my channel members out there on YouTube for supporting the channel. I certainly do appreciate it. And I will be back next week, Monday nights, every Monday night, 9 o'clock, with another edition of Fowl Territory. And Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Central is a special live stream. We do it every week for my channel members. We give you a chance to win something I've reviewed, usually a knife, maybe a flashlight, maybe both. Who knows? And somebody's going to get something for free if you're a channel member. And if you're not a member, channel memberships start at 99 cents a month. That's less than a quarter for a chance to win something really cool every week. And it's right after Ron Wayne's members chat. Now, there's a channel that gives away some cool stuff and has a good time every Tuesday night, too. His live stream, his member stream, is at 8:30 p.m. Central, right before mine. So, if you want to have some real fun, join both channels. But anyway, that's enough of the shilling for this evening. But anyway, I want to say thanks to everybody for a good show. Have a good rest of the week. And remember that if anyone tries to infringe on your right to keep and bear arms, give them the bird. This is Gizzard Gary on behalf of my panel. And they're going to tell you good night. And then I'm going to roll the credits. So here we go.
Good night.
They're going to tell you good night. Then I'm going to roll the credits. So here we go.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, good night, good night, good night. You guys didn't join in at all. You failed.
I don't even know what you're singing. I like my women like I like my chicken with a little bit of fat on the end. Not too much, not too little, just enough to make me grin.
Wow, that's better than Snob.
I know, right? Wait, did I unmute? How did I get unmuted?
Goodbye.
How the hell did I get unmuted?
It's still running. What the hell?
I don't know.
We still live. We're
It
not
says
supposed
we're
to
still live.
Is it really?
be. And-
Counter's still going.
Oh.
Okay. Supposed to have ended the stream.
I don't even know where the counter is located, so.